guys, this is just a quick blurb update, part of a bigger video. The first night of work on our MiG-21. Kind of zoom in here on it a little bit. You can kind of see what we got going on. We got our photo etch cockpit going. We got our epoxy sculpt weight in there, so you won't be a tail sitter. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I gotta get. There's that side, and we've got our. Apologize for the fan. We got our burner can in the rear half there, ready to go. Here's our other side of the cockpit panel right here. There's all the color photo etch going. Those two halves are ready. Got my nose cone painted. Again, I loaded it full of epoxy sculpt, so we don't have a tail dragger here. And we've got our spline and vertical stabilizer, or tail, whichever you prefer to call it, glued. So we're ready to basically put the two halves together and work on from there. But that's what we got done on night one. That's about 4 hours worth of work right there. So we'll see you in the next segment. Okay guys, we got more progress on our MiG-21. It looks like a lot more progress than it really is. We got the fuselage halves together, we got the wings and the tail surfaces put on. Spent a lot of time because the vertical stabilizer would not go on straight. It was kind of bent up and warped. Would not line up. So I spent a lot of time getting those surfaces to be straight. Well, the horizontals went right in; they were fine, but the vertical one did not want to cooperate. So we've got it beaten down and in. I do have my landing working on underside here. I got tape inside my gear base so that I can put the doors on for getting ready for painting. We still got some seam work to do on the bottom, and I got to do the same thing with the front nose gear. I got to get the doors in there so we can, when we paint, we can paint everything all at one time. We'll have to. I did have the nose masked off, but I accidentally knocked it off, so I got to go back and do it, which is okay too, because I saw some points. I got spots that need to be touched up on it, so we'll get those touched up later on, and then get that remasked before and then get the canopy on, and what other work we got to do on the bottom. Probably get the missile rails on. Apologize for the furnace kicking in. It's still cold here, not as bad as it was, but it's still cold. So we'll get the landing gear on, probably the pylons for the weapons on there, and then we'll be able to get the whole thing and the canopy masking on, and then we can put the whole thing into primer and start working on the paint. And because the missiles and landing gear and stuff, all that go on after it's been painted. So that's where we're at. And that represents about total so far about 12 hours worth of work just to get to this point. Guys, we're gonna do another section of update here on the MiG-21 for the HobbyLink International Secret Santa build for 2024/2025. This is the Eduard MiG-21 Profi-pack kit, and it's good. I think it's a little bit over-engineered for what it needed to be, but that's okay. That's just me. So you can see we have it in paint. We used AK paints for this, and some Tamiya paint, and actually some Vallejo paint on it. So we've got it basically ready for, got a clear coat on it, so we're ready to start doing our decals. I like to start with the big the big pretty ones first, because it seems like you're making progress, and then we will work on the 8,000 over here on the 8,000 little ones afterwards. All the little markings. I can see we've got them upside down, but it's all in Russian, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, so that's where we're going to pull it out. Certainly did. Wax paper in there anymore, so we'll do the big ones first, and then we'll start working on all the little bitty ones, and then we've got to do a flat coat. Actually, we'll probably do another clear coat, and then we'll do a wash on it, panel line wash to bring out some of the details, and then we will do a flat coat finally on it. I still got to build the landing gear for it, and then there's like the big pitot tube on the front, and the aerial on top. I won't put those on until we get right to the end, because they'll get broken right away. So that's where we're at on this. Probably next time you see it, it will probably be done, or I may go ahead and try and do one more update once all the decals are on before we start the weathering and stuff. So with that, if you want to grab one of my shop cards, I apologize for the heater kicking on. Send me an email and I will send you a shop card out. And with that, I want to say good morning, good evening, good night, depending on where you are in the world when you watch this video. And we will see you next time. Bye.